This engine stand used to have a 1,000-pound Duramax motor on it, and guess what? It's not on there no more. Guess where it's at? Also, RSX, tires flat. Today's the day, boys. Are we gonna have a first startup? I feel horrible because, again, the GSX had to get parked out here, and you can actually see all of our little handprints because it's been dirty, and we try to push it out because I didn't want to start it last night because, well, I don't want to piss off my neighbors more. And we had to park the GST way down there, but she's in, boys. Look at this thing. So this thing, I can't describe how like massive this thing is. I mean, it's probably like 5 of me, and well, we got to use a broomstick. So. Don't laugh, because it works. You know, guys, one of the best things about this Duramax is it is straight piped, and honestly, every single one of our cars is straight piped, including the GSX, the RSX, the other Duramax, and the GST. The Evo is kind of straight piped too, in a way. Yesterday, I spent about almost 7 hours working on this thing, and honestly, I barely got to the point where we stabbed the engine, got the bell housing bolts lined up, and we got the torque converter bolts in, all the motor mounts are kind of in, except for this guy. There's a broken bolt right there, which kind of bummed me out, but I got a lot of the accessories bolted on, as you guys can tell, and my goal for this video is to do the first startup on this Duramax with this rebuilt engine. At the same time, when I had this whole engine out, I decided to do the idler arm and bracket and pitman arm, because let's face it, I would be an idiot to not replace those things. Well, I had totally access to these things. As you can see, here's the old pitman arm and idler arm. This thing's pretty shot, so is a pitman arm, but the motor mounts, man, these things came out in like 2 different pieces. They're not supposed to be separate. So this is where I was storing a lot of the parts on this Duramax. Honestly, everything's been back here for over 3.5 years. I gotta do a deep clean on all of the stuff, like the radiator, the intercooler, all that good stuff, because more than likely, it probably got jacked up. Also, the GSX, once we take out all this stuff and finally get some organization in here, then we can finally bring the GSX in here and start taking off that exhaust manifold, and then we can start fixing it. Because, remember, we gotta race it in January 15th on a no prep event, and hopefully we do okay. You know, you guys, one of the hardest parts about this whole Duramax build is it's been finding the nuts and bolts. You'll be surprised on all these nuts and bolts that I've been trying to find. We got a bigger intake, EGR to delete, and unfortunately we're on the stock turbo, you guys, but hey, this turbo still puts out some power because we're gonna throw a tuner on it, and she's studded. Don't laugh, this may be stupid. You know, it's not stupid if it works. Just saying, or is it? You know, I don't know if you guys have ever paid attention to my videos, but every time we work on a vehicle, whether what brand it may be, I wear the shirt. Now, I don't do that on purpose. Sometimes it just happens, sometimes I plan it, but yeah, definitely did not plan this one today. If you guys ever wanted to know how to put together an engine that you haven't put together for 3.5 years, here's the secret. So one, the engine obviously goes in, but for the most part, you work your way in a giant circle. Now, I usually start from the back end, and I slowly work my way around the front, going this way and going back that way. That way you don't miss any bolts or hoses or anything else, just in case. Honestly, the big thing is you guys just take your time. Oh man, even though she's really dirty, she still looks good. But that carbon fiber is kind of scaring me. I hope it doesn't get damaged. So yesterday I totally forgot to buy the batteries, the filters, the hoses, the coolant, the oil, the tranny fluid. Now there's almost $1,000 that I had to spend yesterday on like some pulleys and a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Dude, completely forgot about that. So yesterday, yeah, that wasn't fun. But we got batteries. So just so you know, this fuel filter from AC Delco was freaking $60. Now I know it's no comparison to my $10,000 engine rebuild, but come on, 60 bucks for a fuel filter? Come on, GM, you're freaking killing me here. And luckily we got the fender skirts off, so it's kinda easy to put these on, kinda not. What is that right there? So we got a little carried away with the painting. And this is the intercooler piping. We painted it like an anodized blue. As you guys can kind of tell, my yard, well, we sacrificed my yard so we can paint this intercooler piping. Thank you, yard. It's gonna look kind of nice. So the color doesn't match 100%. This is kind of like a darker blue. This is kind of like a lighter, but for the most part, I mean, it gives the engine just a little bit of, you know, accents. We are gonna be repainting the entire truck a dark blue, so it's gonna actually look pretty nice. Luckily, when I took this out, I kind of left everything assembled so I don't have to really dismantle this thing. The hardest part is just trying to put it back in here, which hopefully it fits. I don't remember how it fits, but we'll make it fit. Come on. Alright, so we got the core support in. Like I said, we disassembled this truck about 3.5 years ago, and for the life of me, I couldn't find the core support bolts to go here. But guess what? I was digging through some stuff, and right there it says core support bolts. Thank you, Gabe, from 3.5 years ago. You really helped me out here. You know, I'm not going to tell you guys how long this core support took to install it, but it was a little over an hour and a half just because we couldn't get the fenders to line up, and yeah, I mean, we did our best. It looks like it works. Now we just got to deal with this rat nest of a wiring and probably put in the headlight buckets, which go here, and then finish bolting up all the accessories, and hopefully we can get this thing started. Also, that blue, looking nice. You know, I know just by looking at it, you guys don't think I've been working, but trust me, I've been working. We got the lower hose on, and we got all the coolant lines on, all the transmission lines, and we got this pretty much almost 100% bolted in. Now, I have to install this clutch fan and tighten it up. If you guys ever wondered how to tighten up a clutch fan without the tool, air hammer works perfect. You get it right on the edge, and you give it a little tap. So I really didn't want to buy a K&N or an S&B intake because they're like 400 bucks. I bought this off Amazon, I kid you not, for about 100 bucks. And honestly, it's a 4-inch intake and it should work. So we're still working on that harness, but check out this intake, you guys. Now, I did get it on Amazon for 100 bucks. Now, I'm not going to tell you how long it took me because you'll probably laugh, but it didn't come with no instructions, and these T-clamps were way too small. But for the most part, that looks pretty dang nice, and $200 cheaper than like a K&N. You know, just when I was about to say this intake was super nice, guess what, guys? It's not closing because, yeah, that hits right there. I guess that's what I get for 100 bucks. We'll fix it. It is pitch dark out here, you guys, and we finally got this thing all together. We got stuff scattered everywhere. And I'm sorry I couldn't film a lot of it. Honestly, I just wanted to try to get this done today before it gets dark. Lo and behold, it is nighttime already. Nice Christmas lights, by the way. So check it out. We got the engine installed. We got the aftermarket intake in, which it doesn't fit worth crap. We got brand new batteries in. Now, like I said, if you guys didn't remember, this truck has been down for over 3.5 years, and mostly it's because I put it on the back burner because of the GSX. So it's ready. We're gonna do the first startup right now. And by the way, if you ever started a diesel, it takes like a minute of cranking to start to purge all the air out. So, all right, so we're gonna loosen this guy up just a little bit, and we're gonna prime it with fuel. Hopefully, that's something. Best of luck. Here he goes. I'm not saying that it's not going to start, but it just might take a while. We're gonna crack an injector line because we gotta get a lot of this air out. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's not as easy as it looks. Go ahead. No. Says it's at a full tank. I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed, but it should have started by now, so we're gonna prime the fuel filter housing again and just kind of see if that helps. Also, this aftermarket intake, why is there a giant hole right here? Come on, man. We're looking for fuel. Go ahead. Bone drying. Alright, so we've been trying for an extremely long time, and well, it's not working. Thanks for sleeping, I appreciate that. I don't even know what to say, I'm so sad. Alright, look, I'm a little bummed out right now, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've been killing myself. I mean, and we just destroyed this whole garage. Honestly, we've been working on this thing for about a week or so now, just kind of getting this thing ready. And honestly, I was expecting a first startup today, but that's not what happened. It just sits there and cranks. It looks like the high pressure fuel system is only developing about 200 psi. Now that could be due to a lot of things, and well, we're already at like, you know, $9,000-$10,000 on the Duramax build. Everything ran perfectly. It just hydro locked and blew up some pistons and destroyed the whole engine. I was really hoping for a first startup, you guys, but hey, look, the engine's off the stand, the engine is in the truck. Now we can actually start diagnosing it and see what's going on with it, because obviously we can't diagnose anything if it's not in. Sometimes, you guys, that's not how life works. You can spend thousands of dollars and thousands of hours on something, and just because you do that does not mean it's gonna work. But it's no big deal, because we'll get back at it again. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do it for the next couple days. And we gotta clean up all this stuff, because we gotta bring that GSX in here and actually fix the exhaust manifold so we can get it ready for January 15th for the no prep racing. I like to make great content for you guys, but I feel like I should just give you an update on what was going on and kind of what I did today, because this is a big part of my life right now, and I just want to take you guys with me. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, because I appreciate you guys. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think's wrong with the Duramax? Don't say the injectors are bad, because I just replaced the nozzle, so it's gonna be horrible if they are. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye.